10-4, Forkers. Call sign Sea Monkey here, as always on the ones and twos. Last week, Clinton, Mikey, and Lark took down the crab and took off its legs, but it just wouldn't stop bleeding. Speaking of bleeding, Lark took a bullet to the leg and during his recuperation at the hospital was stolen and absconded with by either Magic Marlene or someone posing as Magic Marlene that turned out to be a little cute octopus, and they're now being assisted by someone in an old-looking submarine suit with flame behind the eyes. It's not even eyes, just flame for a face. Things are getting stranger and stranger, and I'm starting to get a little worried about our heroes. Let's see what they can do. Onward, into strangeness and adventure. Sea Monkey out.
Citizens of Moon Fork. Shit popped off last time, and now we're back, and we gotta figure out what the hell is going on. I'm here. My name's Johnny. I'm the keeper of mystery and magic and might and power. And these are my players. One's named Tommy, and he plays.
Mystic Michael.
One's named Jack, and he plays.
Lark, ornithologist, hasn't come up yet.
And one's named Tyler, who in my phone was until very recently called Timon because that was his like cool nickname because his last name is Monroe. Don't dox him. Sorry I said that, Tyler.
Yeah,
Who
wow,
do you play?
Clinton.
Clinton Brooks. All right, well, just a quick, I will have done my fancy recap, role playing before this, but just as a recap for us to get us back together after a bit of a hiatus, the reason why stuff really popped off last episode is because Lark was kidnapped from the hospital by someone posing as Magic Marlene, that turns out to be a little Dumbo octopus, which is what they're called if people want to look up pictures. It's like a little translucent, cute octopus. Most Dumbo octopuses, I believe, or octopi, I should say, I believe are like orangish in color, but this one is pinkish to kind of mirror the Magic Marlene hue. And pushing the wheelchair was a large creature, apparently in a like ancient submarine suit, the kind you see in SpongeBob, the original movie, if you ever watch it, Goofy Goober's Rock. And David Hasselhoff, of course. Wasn't pushing, but is there in spirit. And while that's all happening, Mystic Mikey and Clinton Brooks were dealing with a bit of a blood problem because the large spider crab that they had vanquished and cut the legs off of to try to potentially make weapons out of just kept bleeding this magma-like blood that we've seen come out of all of the creatures, the strange creatures that show up in Moon Fork. Additionally, some episodes back, just so it's all front of mind, we talked about this strange goings-on between Linda Pugh and, well, basically, there's no reason to get into a ton of lore. Rather, there are caves underneath Angel Falls that apparently have some radioactive strangeness going on. You learned this from the military geologist that is on site in Moon Fork. Doesn't have any designs of leaving, it seems like. He's studying the swales. So there's this weird radioactivity going on one town over, and then there are these creatures coming from somewhere. You're not sure if they're related, but one is kind of a government conspiracy thing, and one is a strange cryptid thing. So maybe they're related, maybe they're not. But that's what we have going on. The blood is oozing back underneath Sandy's Diner. And Clinton and Mystic Mikey, you were made aware that Lark is missing from his hotel room at St. Joseph's by the sheriff who's there investigating the disappearance. Lark hasn't gone really all that far away, but is being wheeled through the woods as we speak. And Lark, remind me, I can go back and check if we need to, but you had your IV was switched out with something that the person posing as Magic Marlene had like poison, or was like not poison, but rather to make you go to sleep, basically. And I think you were trying to do something shifty with it, but instead you just pulled it out. Like, I think you were trying to like kind of leave it in, but just like pluck it out. But I think you just pulled it out wholesale. And so you're pretending to be woozy, but you're not. And if they look at your arm, they'll know that. I think that's my understanding of the situation, if we're all clear there.
Yeah, I think I'm woozy from pain and the after effects of what I was previously on still, but not.
Right, but not as woozy as they think you are. Okay,
Yeah.
So that's where we are. You're somewhere outside in the woods, St. Joseph's, and Mystic, Mikey, and Clinton Brooks are in the now empty hospital room with Sheriff Dent. So that's where we are now. We'll pick it up, whatever y'all want to do. We can shift back scene to scene or what have you.
So as far as we know, Lark has just been wheeled into the forest in some non-specific direction. Do we know where he went? Like, or what general direction he got off to?
Not unless you have some way. I mean, you can investigate. This is perfect for like using the moves. So I can walk you through them if you would like. But yeah, go ahead, Lark, first. Oh, you did drop the slippers. That's right.
Yeah, I kicked off my shoes. That's the only thing I remember. Obviously, you don't know that, but I'm pretty sure that happened.
Yes, you did. So you wanted to leave some breadcrumbs, which was very smart. And the form of breadcrumbs that we were able to kind of come up with together were these slippers. So there are 2 markers in the woods if they're able to find them. But first, we'll have to investigate a mystery to make sure that they can find them. Yeah, so that's where we're at.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and hit and investigate. And I got a 12.
Wow.
12 is really good. Okay, so investigate a mystery. When you investigate a mystery, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, hold 2, and on a 7 to 9, hold 1. So we're holding 2. 1 hold can be spent to ask the keeper one of the following questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here? We're using the moves. This is awesome. And then on a 12 plus, which you got a 12, you may ask the keeper any question you want about the mystery, not just the listed ones. So that can be one of your holds.
Any question I want.
Just remember that within the context of the game, your only limit is justifying it narratively together.
Okay. I mean, this is giving me a lot of power that I don't really know what to do with, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, I feel like where did it go is the most pertinent question that I would like to ask. So Let's start there.
Yeah, so let's just walk me through what you're doing to maybe find that out. Are you looking for tracks on the floor? Are you looking outside in the woods? Like, where are you going? What are you doing? And then that will inform the question. Let's play the game.
I think I have no idea if this narrative makes narrative sense, but since Mikey can see and give off auras, I'm hoping that maybe he perceives some type of like faint monster aura from this, almost like a quest trail,
Sure.
From like a video game for this octopus monster.
Yeah, so I like that idea, and you are...
I am an expert.
You're an expert, yes. So, yeah, Mikey as an expert, I almost think of like, you are an expert, but you did pick up that monstrous trait. That's what I'm trying to think of here. So Because I think this is less like technology and more based on like your innate kind of like interaction with this radioactivity under Angel Falls that allows you to kind of see weird stuff. And so I think you're maybe like poking around the room, looking on the floor to see if you see like wheelchair tracks, which you realize while you're doing it, like they don't exist. Like there's no such thing as, they're not burning rubber. But you actually pick up what at first you think is like, not yet. What at first you think of is like a perfume, like a scent, and you recognize it as that of Magic Marlene. And so at first you're like, oh, maybe Magic Marlene will be able to help with the hunt for your friend. But then you actually realize it's not, well, you do smell something, but it's the first time you've both smelled and seen something. It's almost like these visible stink lines, like from a cartoon, like your Pepe Le Pew or something like that. And you feel them wafting down the hallway. And that's kind of what you see. So you're looking up from the floor, like, are these? No, they're not wheelchair tracks. They're Pepe Le Pew. I'm Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, I become a skunk for a second.
Exactly.
Yeah. Clinton, do you smell that?
What are you talking about?
It smells like alien octopus or my girlfriend. I don't know. One of the two.
I'll follow you.
Canonically, you would not say it smells like alien octopus.
No, I
Come
didn't.
on.
That was Tommy, not Mikey.
That was a bit of a joke. I like jokes, but keep it in line there, Tommy.
All right, sorry.
Come on. Okay, so you follow the stink lines down the hall and out the back door. As you can imagine, do you like tell the sheriff or do you just both walk out without another word?
I say, Sheriff, follow me. And I kind of just hope that he gets behind Mikey, even if he doesn't.
Okay, are you like wanting him to follow you enough to do a manipulate someone, or is it kind of just like a comical like follow me and you don't really give a fuck?
I don't know. Tyler, do we want him to come with us? What do you think?
I think we do want him to come with us here.
Okay. Do you want to try to manipulate him into coming with us? I think it would be fun if like I go off on this like quest and you're like, come on, Sheriff, we have to go. Like
yeah, sure. So
I'll
roll for that. I get an 8.
Okay, an 8. So on a 7 and 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. Also, this is an opportunity potentially for Mystic Mikey to help out. It is plus cool, so I don't know if you're cool, but you could... Actually, no, because it's just a +1, so it's not going to really matter. So basically, the sheriff goes... I mean, is there a clue? Like, what are you following there, Mikey?
I can see things that other people can't see. And maybe you've seen me glowing a little bit green. It's kind of like that. And I'm getting some sensory perceptions about whatever happened here that I think we just need to follow. And it hasn't gotten me into any trouble yet. So I think it could be good.
Well, that's all right. And Ramon is on his way to kind of guard the room to make sure nobody comes in and out. Yeah, I'll follow you. What the hell? Nice. So he goes along with you, and you all kind of track the scent, smell, whatever it is, this pink wafting line, out of the hallway, out the back door, just like where Lark was wheeled to. And when you get out there, you, unfortunately, the outdoors is, air is circulating a lot more than indoors. So the trail gets a little bit diluted, but you do see that it goes into the woods. And from there, it goes a little cold. But that is when you encounter the first slipper. And so you find the slipper, and you can feel free to use this time to choose another question as far as for investigating mystery. Or you can do whatever you want with the slipper. But you've found the first slipper, and you can make any assumptions you would like about where the next one is or what might happen next from there.
It's like it's a hospital slipper, right? Yeah, it's
Correct.
Not like a
yeah. In fact, let's say it's like one of those grippy socks, because I think those are more common these days than hospital slippers. I think you got a grippy yellow sock.
I gotta get some of those because my
They're
house
nice.
is just full of just like slippery hardwood now. I'm gonna like. I'm gonna give the slipper a big old smell. Yeah.
Okay, so you're smelling a hospital sock. Do you want something to happen from this, or just like for fun, or?
I don't know.
You can ask one of your questions.
I guess I could. Is the slipper pointed in like a specific orientation that might indicate to me?
I don't think so.
Okay, fair
I think it's just a sock that obviously came from a patient.
Could you remind me of the questions that I have access to?
Yeah, so you already asked where did it go, and I feel like you got a pretty good sense of that. Yeah. So you can ask anything else,
right,
as long as it's justified narratively. But the ones that are also written down here are what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, what was it going to do, and what is being concealed here. And you can also hold on to these while you investigate the woods if you think there's a better time.
I think we maybe just want to press on into the woods a little bit. Like I'll just pocket the slipper and we'll kind of just in case Lark's tootsies are getting a little cold. Hang on to the sock and press on.
Lark in the chat made a pretty good point as far as like Pacific Northwest woods. Would share tracks be more visible? It's possible. I think Lark, why don't you go ahead and just roll 1d6, and if it's odd, that's bad luck, and if it's even, that's good luck.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, it is odd. Typical.
So, it being the Pacific Northwest winter, it is mucky for sure, but it's like so mucky that the chair actually was discarded, and now you are being carried by the creature in the ancient submarine suit. So, but that does give you. It's not going to give you XP, but it is going to give you yet another breadcrumb. So we've got another slipper and the chair now to follow to wherever was happening. But you're being trudged through the woods. You're very conscious if you want to do anything, Lark, but we can continue investigating the mystery if you want. Meanwhile, the sheriff just is kind of watching you sniff this sock, Mystic Mikey. And he goes, what the hell is this? Who do you think this sock belongs to? Your friend there?
100% sure. It smells just like his feet.
That wasn't the sheriff laughing. That was me, Johnny. But the sheriff goes, all right. Suppose there's another one deeper in if we want to kind of comb out and see the area a bit.
That's exactly what we want to do. I guess I want to know if at this point if Lark is in danger or if we are walking into a like hot situation.
Yes. So if you want to know that could be kind of the any question you ask. Yeah. Kind of as you investigate the woods, you're trying to get a sense of like, is it a trap? Like, did the people who took Lark leave these things for you? What have you? What exactly are you doing when you kind of think that thought? Like, are you looking for the other sock? Are you like trying to see if there are other footprints in the muck? Just so I get a sense of what information I should give you here. And you can also chime in on this, Clinton, if you're doing something as well.
Sheriff, do you think we might be going a little bit too far into this without backup?
I mean, the only backup we're going to get around here is Ramon, who's guarding the hospital room, or I suppose Anchorage, if I could call her out. But, I mean, we are in the woods. Maybe Anchorage would help with this situation. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I radio over to her?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. Anchorage, coming in. This is Porky the Pig. Calling for backup and 10-4 over. Yeah, I use that call sign, Porky the Pig. What do y'all think of it? I'm kind of trying it out.
Really cool, man.
Yeah, this is Anchorage. I'll be there soon. Over and out. Yeah, she's still deciding on her call sign. It's pretty tough with, I imagine it's intimidating when I have such a cool one. But I bet she'll be here. Well, it's probably just about a 5-minute drive, so we could sit tight, or we could press further in and maybe she'll follow us. I don't know. What do you think?
I think we just keep going, to be honest. She'll probably find us.
Okay. I mean, I'll keep checking in with her. How about that? I'll keep
All
giving
right, that
her
sounds good.
our coordinates. But let's follow it in. I think I don't know.
I think I thought of a good use for my
yeah.
I guess I'm wondering if my current hypothesis for this creature is it's like come from the cave or something or the caves or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if this is a creature that Mikey may have seen or been around before and may and the answer may be no, but I feel like if the answer is yes, that could be very interesting. So I wonder if Mikey is having like flashbacks to other jaunts through the woods right now.
Okay, so what is the question? The question is, have I encountered this creature before?
Have I encountered or been in the vicinity of a creature like this before?
Of a creature like this. Okay. And which creature are you referring to, or do you want to just loop them together? Like both the submarine suit thing and the octopus, or both? Or
yeah, both. Yeah, creatures like these, I guess.
Okay. So you kind of, as you're walking through the woods, the pines remind you of growing up over in Angel Falls. And I'm kind of seeing this cutting back and forth. I've been watching a lot of Poker Face recently, and they do a lot of kind of cuts back and forth. I'm imagining cutting back and forth between you walking this path now and you walking the path that you took to kind of access your little spelunking route in the caves at Angel Falls when you were little. And it's a grainy camera shot, of course, when we flash back. And you are walking and you're dipping down into the caves, this little green glowing boy, since you've been here before. And you're thinking, another great day for caving. And you hear like almost these, you hear like the dripping of water as you get deeper into the caves. And you find these kind of cool underground grottos and places where there are little ponds underground, and you think they're really cool. And you imagine in those moments like the type of creatures you're learning about in school, these like prehistoric creatures that were climbing out onto land to become like the earliest humans and things like that when the Earth's atmosphere became habitable. And you imagine what would it be like if they were walking out of these waters. And now we flash back to the present day, and you can make a distinct almost split between the energy that you were feeling in the caves, this like radioactive, almost like what I think of it as when I think of what happened to Linda Pugh, and you're getting this information now as you walk through this flashback. I almost imagine her stepping into what was essentially like a roll of the dice as far as like mutations. And that was to do with these projects that the government had going on in the storage facility that they had under Angel Falls, this kind of out of the way town that they didn't think would would really cause issue to that many people. Of course, that wasn't the case, and we're telling the story of many people who it's caused issue to here. But you feel a distinct difference between the energy that transformed Linda Pugh and the energy that is powering these creatures that took Lark. But you have encountered creatures like it before in the spider crab and the large bully that you all flamethrowered and melted in the street earlier in our campaign. So
Yeah.
you gain a valuable piece of information in that you know that these are two distinct kind of weirdnesses happening.
Got it. What do you think, Ty? Should we just press on?
Yeah, well, I think now that we know that it's like one of the things that has caused harm, especially to Lark multiple times, I think now we're like, oh shit, he's going to get stabbed again.
Yeah.
So
we can't. He's going to get stabbed again.
And like Lark, while this is happening, you're still very much conscious. You actually realize where you are. So you're kind of being held in the arms of this hulking creature who's being led by this like flitting Dumbo octopus who kind of is able to like float through the air, like almost in these like jaunty leaps. Almost like what you would imagine a jellyfish would look like if it were able to swim in the air, kind of just like bouncing. And you realize that you've come out of the woods into a clearing, and you are right outside of the Moonfork Curling Club. And it is closed for what Perkins McDermott likes to call siesta time, where it's basically just like a large chunk of time, like 11 through like 4 p.m., where he just doesn't want to work. So he just kind of closes it down. And most people come to drink after 4 anyway, or get in their early rounds of curling before work. So 11 to 4 is siesta time. There's a big handwritten sign on the door that says siesta time. And oddly enough, these two creatures just pull around the side of the Moonfork Curling Club, which is this boxy ice cold warehouse that has this like purple line kind of dragged all the way across the outside. That's the only decoration. In this forest green, you see the letters MFCC written on it. But they go straight through the door, which is open. Apparently the only security system here was just the cardboard sign outside with the Sharpie on it that said Fiesta, or damn, I keep making that mistake. That said siesta time. They go on through and they proceed directly to the dilapidated third lane, which has been kind of, there's no ice on it anymore. And it is just kind of this concrete mess with, instead of at the end where there's usually like the curling target and the grandstand, there's like a pile of rubble where the target would be, and the grandstand has kind of like fallen down into it. So it's like there's always been this third lane that doesn't get used because not many people in town play curling. 2 lanes is enough, and it's mostly well kept over there, and they just haven't kept up this third lane. And you hear kind of the sickening thunk of the submarine boots as the octopus and your submarine captor kind of walk you down this lane toward the pile of debris. So that's what's happening with Lark, if you want to do anything or say anything. Meanwhile, Mystic Mikey and Clinton, you're still in the woods. Anchorage Nguyen catches up with you, and she says, hey, got here as soon as I can. How can I help? What's up?
We're trying to find our friend. You seen anything?
Which one was that? Lark, of course. Wait, has Lark gone missing or something?
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems pretty dire. I'm glad that
he was in the hospital, and maybe he just wandered off. We don't know.
Maybe just wander. Does he have like dementia, or did he?
Potentially.
Okay.
I mean, we've known each other for like 2 days, so. And like
It's possible. Okay.
Each of the 2 days he's gotten stabbed, shot, or wandered off into the woods. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that does seem pretty rough. I mean, so it looks like you found a sock. Are we looking for the other sock? I'm sorry, I just got here. Like,
there's a
will you tell me what
wheelchair
to
over
do?
there too.
Oh, you
Yeah,
found the
other sock.
wheelchair. Okay, so should
Yeah.
we just keep following the track then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let's do that. So you all follow the track. Eventually you get to like probably, I would say like less than a quarter mile from the curling club, but the you're still in the woods. The creatures that took Lark were not like dumb enough to like leave the wheelchair right outside where they were going, right? So they kind of ditched it in an area that's like you're still north, like you're around the high school, you're around the curling club. There are only a few locations, if that's what they are going to, where they could be, but you're not exactly sure of his location now. So we'll either have to do another roll, or you could just go somewhere and hope you get there, or what have you, split up. Up to you all.
Yeah, sorry, jog my memory. Was the curling club where we tracked the last monster and it kind of was trying to get in there?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was seeming, I mean, you wouldn't know since you haven't met the creatures that took Lark, but it was less intelligent, it seemed like, than the creatures that took Lark, but it was kind of scuttling around the edge, like trying to get in. It couldn't necessarily find the door, but it was scuttling around the edge of the curling club.
Yeah, I think that would be something that we could probably put together and be like, okay, like this thing was trying to get in there last time, so I think
for sure
we would head that way.
Okay, yeah, so Clinton, do you want to go ahead and just role play that? Give me a line. Talk to me how you're convincing the group to go there.
I'm pretty sure that was just me and Lark last time who were at this part. So I was like, I'd be like, this is all feeling oddly familiar. Last time, me and Lark were out here tracking a massive monster from beyond. We saw it trying to get into the curling club. It was crawling around the outside. Feel like that'd be a good place to go check out.
Huh? Yeah, I mean that tracks, and we don't have a good enough lead to go on. Says Anchorage, and then Porky the Pig goes, yeah, may as well check it out. So you all walk toward the curling club. Lark, just to check in, we're not chronologically aligned here, but are you doing anything while they walk you toward the pile of debris, or are you just letting it happen?
The only thing I could think of was when they took me out of the chair, obviously because I had the IV in. I think I would just try to pin it against my arm without being too obvious to make it seem as though it's still there.
Yeah, they actually took the IV out.
Okay.
So we'll just say that happened and you're good to go because they thought enough of the stuff had gotten in. So the IV and the wheelchair was ditched in the woods. So that's all taken care of.
I'll just where are we going?
Oh, I guess you'll see soon enough. It's been a while since one of your kind has seen the chop. I mean, not that... Wait, why? You seem kind of lucid. Are you lucid?
Well, you took out my pain meds, so barely.
I put in meds that were stronger than the pain meds that you were getting.
I don't know.
Were you tampering with it a little bit? Did
you
do a little
where
tampering?
Are we going?
Okay, I think you maybe did a little tampering. So, and she kind of gestures to the person holding you, and that's the last thing you remember as you were knocked on the head. It seems like you were bonked, and the group that is now at the curling club. It's not much later than when Lark was taken in. And you walk up to the front door and you see the siesta time sign. What do you do?
I think I want to read a bad situation. I want to know if there's anything immediately threatening us.
Yeah, let's do it.
Computer, roll dice. Not good. What's the modifier on read a bad situation? Sharp?
Read a bad situation. Sharp. Yes.
Oh, I got an 8. That's all right.
8's chill. On a 7 to 9, hold 1, and you can ask some questions. What's the best way in? What's the best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims?
Are there any dangers we have not noticed?
Any dangers you've not noticed? No. It's the curling club as the curling club has been for as long as you've been in town. And it's closed.
You want to check it out?
Let's go inside. Sheriff, can you give us permission to go in despite the sign?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't have a warrant, but I don't think Perkins really knows what a warrant is, so I think we're good. Let's go in.
You can always just blame me if he says anything.
I mean, he's late for work at 4. He's not going to be back until 4:10, 4:15. We're good. And so you all pop in. The doors are saloon style, so they kind of swing behind you. And you enter this building that is very spare. It has like rental equipment for curling stones and the special shoes you need to curl. One slidey side, one grippy side. They got the brooms, and that's all behind one counter. And then there's another counter that's like the snack bar, but pretty much it only serves beer and occasionally corn dogs if Perkins remembers to stock up. And those are the two places. Otherwise, there's like a few like shitty tables like you might find in like a bowling alley. And it's very cold to keep the ice cool. There's the grandstand that people haven't been in a while since no one really watches curling except for the people playing curling. So it's more of a staging area. There's the 2 lanes that are closer to you that are operational. And then there's the third that has been under construction for as long as you can remember. But you actually see no sign of anyone in here.
Yeah, make sure you spread out and look for clues, I guess.
Yeah, look for clues. Split up and look for clues.
Split up and look for clues. Let's have Clinton think about what you're doing to look for clues, and then you can investigate a mystery in here. And then while that's happening, while you're thinking, I'm going to describe what's happening to Lark. So Lark, you wake up out of your kind of out of your stupor, which you're not sure was drug induced or from the bonk you got on the head, but your head is swimming. It feels like you have a concussion. And the first thing you see is you're in this very spare room with black and white checkered tiling, and you see the Dumbo octopus in front of you. Something strange happens. There's no other creature in here with you, so the big thing that was carrying you must have gone away to do something else. And you see the octopus split into 2. So kind of just like the move double team in Pokemon, you just see like 2 of them now. So it's not like they're dividing, like it's not like they're splitting in half, like there's just 2 of them. And they each start speaking to you. So the one on the left goes, I'm really sorry about this. I didn't mean to take you. It's just sometimes I get roped into it by this one. And then the one on the right goes, oh, come on. You knew you wanted to do this. The Chop King's going to be so freaking proud of just getting a human. We never take full humans. We always just get hands or brains or wrists or whatever, but we got a full one now. This is awesome. It's not awesome. He has friends. He has one friend in particular who I'm kind of into. what the hell are you talking about? We don't fall in love with that. And they go on and on and on. Do you say anything to interrupt their conversation, or do you just kind of like let it happen?
I think I'd probably say something like,
I think he's maybe awake. But wait, how is that possible? This is like, I thought only we could see this. And they kind of float up to you each. The one that was talking, who seems to be the nicer of the two by your standards, by what's happening to you, is kind of like examining you on the front, and then you feel another bonk on your head and you pass out. The next thing you see is the most horrifying thing you've ever seen in your life, bar none. So you are in kind of this, what feels like a bubble, surrounded by this vibrant magma, it's like, it's not as, how should I put this? It's the same like texture as the blood that you've seen come out of the creatures, but it is a completely different color. So that was like magma colored. And this, what is all around you, kind of swirling around you, is a lot more blue-green. So kind of like very pretty ocean water in a tropical place. And in the far background, you see what looks to be like a huge mountain, like a huge kind of like just volcanic looking, honestly, with all the blue surrounding it, it looks like an under the sea type of mountain, like an under the sea volcano. And then that is all just kind of window dressing for the extremely disconcerting sight you are met with. Directly in front of you is like a kraken style creature, but instead of like it being sideways and kind of like swimming through the water, as you would imagine like a giant kraken might do if you ever had come face to face with one, which is something you never imagined would happen. It's like standing up on these like horribly grotesque like human legs that are mismatched and like sewn onto its tentacles. And it's kind of like walking around on these, what seems to be like hundreds of like grafted on legs, all of like different hues of skin, different hairiness. Some are wearing shoes, some are not. But it like walks over to you, and it has like these massive eyes, and of course they're kind of on different sides of its head, and it like leans its head close to you and just like opens this huge bloodshot eye, and kind of starts to examine you. And while that's happening, we'll cut back to Clinton.
Yeah, so I have been kind of just running my fingers along the ice and kind of trying just to like see if I can feel anything either on the curling rinks that are intact, and also then going over to the one that is not intact and kind of just seeing if anything feels off.
Yeah,
not.
so let's roll to investigate a mystery.
Okay. I got an 11.
11's great. So you can hold 2. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
I think where did it go, I guess, would be the first question.
Yeah. So there was a time in your life when you hung out at the curling club a lot.
Yeah.
You played some curling with your other family members and some of your friends in town when you had them and weren't such of a recluse. But you also went here to drink a lot after they disappeared, and like kind of before you decided to have a life in the woods away from society, you were drinking here like pretty much every day. And so you knew what the pile of debris looked like exactly, and you look over and notice that it doesn't look that way anymore. Like things are out of place. So whether that stuff was moved like in the time between since you stopped coming here to drink or just recently, you're not exactly sure, but you know there's been a disturbance there sometime in the last number of years. So that's something to go on.
I think I'll go over to the pile of debris and I guess kind of just look and see what's up there, I guess.
You go ahead and walk over there. Meanwhile, Mystic Mikey, are you doing anything on your own? Are you collaborating with the law enforcement folks who are there? What are you up to?
Yeah, I think I'm talking to the cops. I'm trying to get a sense for their investigative methods, anything that they're noticing. Yeah, I think Mikey is like kind of buoyed by his recent successes in investigation, is like kind of chumming it up with the guys, you know? It's like, so if you're in a situation like this, like what would you normally do?
Well, I've never really been in a situation like this where apparently someone is kidnapped by a supernatural being, leaving Pepe Le Pew stink lines behind them, and then a little kid tells me to follow him. And yeah, I mean, normally investigating shit, it's not like TV, kid. It's like, who killed the person? Probably their husband. Who stole the stuff from the bank? Probably the poorest person. You know, it's like life is fucking messy, man. It's like, it's not these elaborate plots. And Anchorage kind of looks at Sheriff Dent and kind of squints her eyes a little bit as she's hearing him say some stuff that's definitely not the most PC. And he goes, every once in a while, some tweaker will come into town, and she goes, let's just stop there, man. Can we just not?
I guess I learned my lesson by asking a cop what he thinks. I mean, goodness.
And let's cut back to Lark here for a moment. Lark, you are kind of trembling as this really, really scary, just like, it's not a mutant. It's like an abomination in that it has like all of these human parts on it. And you see it kind of like reaches up one of the legs, whose toes start to like wiggle, almost like it's going to like start to like touch you and prod you in different places. But it kind of turns its head quickly and is called away, apparently. You tilt your head and see that it is crossing the room to talk to four of a similar being that you're not sure if the one that took you is part of the group, but a group of these kind of submarine soldier type people all wearing those ancient suits. They're not identical. Some have like holes in different places. Some are slightly different colors, but they're all kind of weathered, like they've been underwater a long time. And they all have these flames behind their mask. And while the creature goes over, it's kind of, you hear almost like what a bat might make with echolocation. Like that's kind of how they're communicating. So the creatures in the submarine suits are like hitting the metal on their suits in these like different tones. And that's like vibrating the water out. And then you hear the creature that is communicating with them, the huge squid, which you realize as it walks away, it must be about the size of like two like Suburbans stacked on top of each other, like huge. Walks over to them and starts kind of echolocating with them. So it's screeching. That makes your ears feel kind of jarred after everything. And you catch out of the corner of your eye a flicker of pink as this creature is distracted. And then the next thing you know, you are crawling out of the debris, and you're kind of faced with Clinton, and you're gasping for air, even though you're not sure if you need to be.
Holy shit! Guys, come over here! Come pull him out!
Run!
Mikey, hurry!
You gotta get out of here! You gotta get out of here!
Lark, what the hell happened?
Yeah, what happened?
We gotta get out of here.
Okay. Hey, Anchorage and I, we'll kind of pick you up.
We gotta get out of here now.
Yeah, we're going. Can you walk, son, or?
I'm trying.
Okay, you kind of hustle out. You supported by Anchorage and Sheriff Dent out of the door, and now you see the siesta time sign, Lark, once more. Clinton, do you follow?
I do follow. Yeah, I think I want to know what's going on.
Okay,
Lark,
so you rush out the door in your hiked up khakis. Mystic Mikey, what about you? Are you heading out?
So I'm just like perceiving this whole thing from afar, kind of. I'm just like,
Yeah, you can go over. The sheriff and Anchorage kind of cut off their conversation about social justice, which is not going well, when they saw Lark climb out of the debris.
okay. I'm gonna be like, well, Sheriff, it looks like we found the guy who got captured by aliens and taken to the haunted curling rink, so I think it's time to go.
Yeah, he's already out of the door, so you just say this to an empty room and leave.
Okay.
And
well,
outside, you're outside. What do y'all do?
Lark, what the hell happened, man?
Well, after I got stabbed, I was recuperating, and Marlene came to visit, and she and this large fellow in a some sort of underwater suit wheeled me out of the hospital. She turned into an octopus, not like long arms, kind of short arms, floating around. I don't know. We ended up here. I took out the IV. They tried to poison me, knock me out. I don't know. I wake up. It feels like I'm in a doctor's office. Black and white tiled floor. I don't know what that was about. The octopus, that I think is Marlene, split into two. There was a good one and a bad one. And then saw some cosmic horrors that I can't even begin to describe. But I think the good half of Marlene saved me. And I think we should get far, far away from here.
Are you telling me that a girlfriend is two twin spirits or something like that? Like, what's going on here? What do you mean the good Marlene saved you?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Fair enough.
I thought the world was one thing, and now I think the world might be a different thing.
I've been trying to tell you, man.
I don't know. We got to get out of here. That's all I know.
Clinton, when you hear black and white checkered floor, go ahead and roll 1d6. If it's odd, you've forgotten what that means, and if it's even, you remember.
Okay. It's odd, unfortunately.
It's odd. Okay, so you've seen black and white checkered floors like pretty recently on one of these hunts.
Yeah.
Do you, Tyler, remember?
Yeah, right. This is at the where I went and got the costume.
Exactly. Okay,
Right,
I was
yeah,
just
okay.
thinking maybe you'd forgotten and we'll use this
I know.
roll remember. But you
Yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Clinton remembers. Clinton pulls this memory out of his mind. That is, sometimes it's hard to remember stuff. You're getting on the older side, but you remember it. And you can go ahead and mark experience for that one too by remembering. I'll give you that. Clinton, tell the group what you remember.
Black and white tile floor. Last time I saw that was the night of the movie show and in that place where I got my costume.
Yeah, so the place where you got your costume was Ruth's place out in the woods. And Ruth's place is like just kind of a novelty costume / magic / kind of any other thing emporium. Does not get much business. But Lark, Ruth to be Paige Lark, your mother's best friend. And kind of a staple of the town in a similar way that Paige was. Although Paige was always a lot more of an extrovert, and Ruth is kind of a misanthrope. Like, a lot of people don't really know what her deal is. She's like kind of a hermit, is like only seen if you go to her business, and most people haven't been, right? Like, Clinton is one of the only folks who had gone before and who has gone recently, obviously. So not too much is known about Ruth, and you know that Ruth and your mom became friends kind of after you had skipped town to do your research in New York State on loons. And so Ruth is a bit of a mystery, but now Clinton says that the tiled floors that you saw were somewhat similar to what he saw at Ruth's place.
Would it like be in the makeup of the town? Would it be possible for like there to be like a secret passage from this place to the actual costume shop, or is that not really what we think's going on here? Like what's the geography here?
Not that you know of. There were like a whole system of caves underneath Angel Falls that you didn't really know about, and Mystic Mikey didn't tell you about until Major Gladstone told you. So maybe that's similar situation going on. Maybe it's just symbolism. Who knows? But when you went and picked up your costume from Ruth, there was like nothing else in there, and she like walked from way too far away for the small building that she was in, and then kind of just produced the outfit. So something weird's going on.
Wasn't it kind of like a liminal space or something, like Hermione's bag, where it was like kind of ever expanding, or am I misremembering?
No, exactly, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should go there. Honestly, it was very bad. I was almost dead. I know I got stabbed a couple times the past few days, but this is way worse. I don't know. I don't want to see that guy again. There was like body parts hanging off of him. I know that we've all heard the town stories of missing hands, and I think he's the collector. I think he's amassing them. Not sure why, but I don't really want to see him again. I don't know where to go from here.
I think we should go see him.
I agree. I think we should go at least talk to Ruth and see what's up in that space. Yeah. Sorry, Lark, but this is a danger to the town. We got to go.
Lark, don't you care about your hometown, man? Like securing its safety?
If this was the year 2026 and I was wearing meta glasses, you would agree with me. But
that was Jack talking.
I'm not going to be able to forget what I saw. It was not good. I know that the town's at stake, and I guess I am interested in saving it, but I don't know.
We may not be able to help you forget, but we can help you make things right and deal with whatever is going on.
Well,
that's a beautiful sentiment, Mikey.
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, what else do you think we should do, I guess?
I think we need to prepare. I don't know. I'm not trying to stop us from heading over there. I'm just trying to make it clear how wary I am.
Just my sense from my interaction with Ruth was that, like, I was not like, oh, this is an evil person. So I think I'd be like we should go, like, this is Ruth's space. Like, we should go see what Ruth has to say about this.
Yeah. The only thing I was going to say is, like, there's two things being talked about right now. One is, like, going to try to, I guess, go back through the curling club, and one is going to see Ruth. So, yeah, like Tyler said, nothing implies, besides you both seeing black and white tiled floors, that, like, going to Ruth's would mean, like, being shot through to wherever you were, Lark. It just means going to talk to Ruth. Okay. But going into the curling club again might mean going back to that place for sure.
Okay. I think, I know I should be doing like a yes and situation. And as Jack, I think we probably should go see Ruth. I'm just trying to get across the point, and avoid
Lark's
dramatic
had a long
irony.
day.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, It was not a good time for me. It's not been a good couple days.
I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page about going to see Ruth does not necessarily mean getting shot back to that place.
Whatever we do, I'm just going to be kind of, towards the back of the line instead of leading the charge right now.
We'll do a little D&D marching order type thing as you go to see Ruth. So
I'm down to go see Ruth. Let's do it.
Yeah, so who's first in line? I imagine Clinton.
I'm first, yeah.
Mikey next,
I'll
or
be in the middle.
potentially the sheriff next.
Oh, no, we don't want him to go too early. He
Okay.
lost that privilege. Yeah.
Or you could dismiss him. You could say we're good.
Yeah, maybe
Actually,
we dismiss
yeah.
him.
He says like, okay, like I'm here protecting this town. Lark's back. Like, I'm good. Anchorage, thanks for your help. Appreciate the expert tracking, and yeah, I mean, y'all do you. You got a lot of alien shit going on. I mean, I still see the flyer you got in your back pocket, Mikey. Steer clear me with that, and call me the next time something happens to one of my citizens. Okay, bye. And Anchorage is like, I just thought of my call sign, sheriff, and she like exits the door to say whatever her call sign is. We'll have to leave that for another episode. But so you all head to Ruth's. Or wait, she didn't leave the door because she just ran out into the forest where the sheriff was going. You're already outside. You trudge over to Ruth's, which is more on the side of town, closer to the development of Cryptid World that's going on. And it's like a very unassuming, almost hut style, like capsule shaped building above it that says Ruth's Place, and there's just a unassuming red door made of wood there that appears to be the only way in and out of the building.
We knock. Yeah, I go up and I knock hard.
Okay. You hear like hundreds of really slow old lady steps from within, like getting slowly and slowly closer. And after about like 20 minutes, the door opens, and standing there is Ruth, like very diminutive. I imagine like a white-haired and like very old version of what's the character in The Incredibles that's like designs the suits?
Edna Mode.
Edna Mode, except less
No
snarky, kind of less snarky and less. I can't remember, but I feel like I always imagine Edna being like vaguely French. Not that, but definitely a similar form factor. And Ruth goes, hello, boys. What can I do for you?
Even Ruth. My friend's got a hell of a story to tell you about a place with a similar floor to yours.
Similar floor, you say? Well, my friends, we might just have quite a lot to talk about. And that's where we'll end our session today.
Weird America, would you give me this one thing? It's medieval, but it's as modern as something on the radio or the phone you can't put down. Weird America, I'll be seeing you around. Weird America, I'll be seeing you on the swells today.